Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. How can you get the most out of your school experience? My name is Dr. Martina and I'm the co-founder, CEO and developer of the school model of School Beyond Limitations. If you would like your child to live a fulfilled and meaningful life, then this may be the channel for you. How can you make the best out of your school experience? First and foremost, I would like to share the following story with you. If I'm talking with students that are joining SBL, oftentimes the students are in despair and they're frustrated. They are completely, they've lost their energy. They've lost their love for learning, their love for curiosity. They seem to be depressed and, in a state of, in a vague state of living, so to speak. And they really feel not seen. And SBL, as you know, is a different kind of setting. And it's a setting where we do things completely differently, where we disrupt education, where we say we need to really make space for the student in order for the student to feel seen, in order for the student to actually be able to explore themselves, to find out or to take out within themselves who they really are and why they are here, so that there is meaning in what they are doing. So, and of course, even if we are such a different school model and very innovative and very student orientated, we still always ask for feedback. And one of the things that we do, which I have already mentioned a number of times, we don't just do surveys and we don't just, occasionally ask how students feel. We do journaling questions, we see them in the mentoring sessions, and we have lots of opportunities where we ask for feedback. Every week, at the end of the week, after every lesson, they give feedback. And what really struck me yesterday was one journaling question in one class where the facilitator asked the following question: how can you get the most from your SPL experience, so from your school experience? And I would like to just share with you what the students came up with. And they said they can make the best out of it if they themselves are present, and if they avoid distractions, and if they fully engage in the experience, because they say the experience is so different, it's really engaging, it's interesting, and if they don't get distracted, then they get actually really the best out of it. But that means that they also need to be present. They need to embrace the moment and not get away with their thoughts elsewhere, which is fascinating to read and to find out from the students themselves. Another point that they raised is efficiently use afternoons for personal growth of activities. So they say there is, value in doing something in the afternoon, that they use the afternoon time, the time they have more than in other settings, to do activities that make them grow, whether this is related to their topic of inquiry in school, whether this is related to reading something new, to writing, to reflecting, to doing math, to engaging with outside of school activities and bring them back. So that inspires them. A third thing that they said is participate actively in classes and in our residential weeks. So be actively present. Do not, hide away. Stay there and show up basically, be there. And if you are showing up, another side effect of it is that you are seen and others see you and you can contribute. A fourth point that they mentioned is take advantage of flexibility for personal enrichment. So they have the time to take advantage for, personal development activities, for personal growth, for personal enrichment. So they are not clustered with too many activities throughout the day. They have more time and they can organize their time accordingly. So that's what they value a lot. Then also focus on learning, keep the curiosity high, connect with others, because by connecting with others you also exchange ideas, exchange knowledge, and that makes you grow. And be open for new ideas. If you are open for new ideas, then you are also in a good place and space of allowing something new to come into your space, and with your creativity you can create something out of that. And the last point that they came up with was foster, which is actually a little bit connected to what they said before. Foster relationships, make new friends, and collaborate as a group. So it's so important that we as a person understand that each and everyone is so unique and important, but in a collaboration setting as a group we can create so much more. And that led the students to reflect also on key practices of growth. Yeah, so everything that helps them grow so that they can really take the best out of it. And they said, understand the school's philosophy, the values, the why behind of your learning. So they start understanding that if there is a why behind the learning, then it comes along automatically. Initially maybe not, but then they get into the flow of learning, and they get inspired by it. Then take personal responsibility for your learning journey, which is amazing if you think. It's students aged 12 to 17 who say that. I mean, take personal responsibility and then you can grow. If you decide yourself that you are doing this now, you don't get distracted, then you can really make the best out of it. A third point that they raised is set higher standards for yourself and always strive for your best. Indeed, if I set a standard to a certain level and I to myself say, I want to achieve that, not by, aiming for perfection, because perfection is actually not what we are aiming for, because perfection is basically never achieved. If we look at perfection that usually we look at, that we can't make any mistakes and so forth. If we see perfection from a point of view that I'm making mistakes, by making mistakes I can grow, then I set a standard high. I am open to do that, which is great. And then another and last topic and point that they mentioned for the personal growth is journaling. Use journaling as a tool to process ideas, reflect on your experiences, on your thoughts, and track emotional growth. And I think whatever these students said is so relevant. And this is really about how can I get the most and the best out of my school experience. And of course, within a mainstream educational context, this may not be necessarily possible that much. Many things are also applicable to that. Of course, I can take responsibility. I can be present. I can decide to be there. I can get away from distractions there. But if it's really boring, it's much less feasible to do that. whilst in a context that is disruptive, that it's organically growing, that's even that's easier, right? Because it's more inspiring. So this is what we are doing at School Beyond Limitations. And if you think this is appealing to you and appealing to your daughter or to your son, then please have a look at our website. You find the website in the description. At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can indeed bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.